influencer Becca Bloom fooled everyone by faking her rich lifestyle until she was exposed big time. See, in just a few months, Becca went from nobody to over 5 million followers, all by flaunting luxury, designer closets, private jets, and endless diamonds. But now, people think it was all one big act and a lie. Turns out those designer bags she keeps flaunting are all fake. Fans went full detective mode and started noticing the red flags, tags left on dresses, plastic wrap still on handbags, yet she swears she's had them for years. And the wildest part, people believed her. Everything about her screamed old money heiress. But the illusion shattered when real billionaire heiress Jamie Shee called her out, exposing Becca's luxury life as pure smoke and mirrors. Though people were defending her, saying Jamie is just jealous of Becca. That's because Becca claims she's the daughter of tech billionaires who built Camelot. But the more people looked, the stranger it got. Now the rumors are that every place she films in, from penthouses to villas, are actually rented. And get this, she recently got married and her wedding was tiny, with no big names, no glam, and no billionaire guests in sight. She literally built a whole empire on looking rich and turned it into a content strategy. So now the question is Becca Bloom really rich or just really good at pretending? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit follow.
First-class travel and designer gear. As is often the case, there's a strong chance that what you're looking at is bullshit. One easy way to dupe people into thinking that you're rich is to Photoshop yourself onto a sandy beach in Bali when really you're at home taking a selfie in your bedroom. Then there's a designer packaging resale market. Depop is flooded with people selling bags from Hermes, Gucci, and Tiffany's. Not Birkins, actual carrier bags. So you can post the bags on social media and give the impression that you just splashed the cash. Or in China, for less than £1, you can have your voice added to stock videos of stacks of cash and expensive luxury cars so that you can pretend those items are yours and upload to Instagram stories. And everyone's favorite? Paying for a studio mock-up of a private jet. This one is available for just $64 an hour. So instead of actually chartering a private jet, you can just do a 1-hour iPhone photo shoot and take loads of pictures and flex to your heart's content. Is it worth it?
We basically found out that a lot of creators and influencers are broke.
This man is not lying, and he is not exaggerating. I'm gonna share a story with you guys. I am in no way making fun of these people or their situation. It just genuinely perplexes me that this even happened. If you're new here, hey, I'm Nessa. I'm 26. I've been doing social media for the last 10 years. I actually used to live in Hollywood in LA, and I've been sharing a lot of my experiences, good and bad. Mainly bad. So definitely check out my other story times. What I'm about to share with you, I genuinely cannot believe this. To set the tone, I want you to remember that everybody that I am mentioning that lived in this place had over 500,000 followers, okay? And online they were flexing cars, money, jewelry, designer, the whole shebang. One time at the pool, I met a couple of people. They invited me and my friends back to their apartment. I could already see my friends commenting on this video because they're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Because how could you forget this? So we go up to the apartment expecting that, just these two people live there. This was a 1-bedroom apartment. Why did 15 to 20 different influencers live in there at the same time? The 1-bedroom had all these bunk beds without even mattresses, blankets on the floor, sleeping bags. Then you see all these backpacks full of designer, chains, jewelry. I saw people fight over the closet. Like I said, all of these people were flexing online, portraying their life to be so fabulous, so glamorous in LA. But this was really their situation. They were all cooped the fuck up. I remember asking them, how do y'all live like this? No offense, but I could not be in here with 15 to 20 people. How when I tell you I would see some of these men try to bring girls in. I honestly never would have thought that I would see two people with over 10 million followers fight over a granola bar. LA. Anything to portray the lifestyle.
So y'all remember a few years ago when I made a post about this, about how this girl was getting online pretending to be something she completely was not, and she was actually gaslighting us and stealing from us and whatever else. I never wish harm on anybody. I would never wish bad on nobody. But when people warn y'all about other people, pay attention to it. I ain't gonna lie, I only have to pay back $87,000 off some millions. Sis came up. I'll just sit this here. $87,000 have to be paid back. But she innocent. Okay.
Dana, a sprinkle of scam. Chanel is shaking. Baby, they ordered her today to pay $87,000 to all of her victims with another $50,000 if she doesn't come up with the money on time. She got a lot of charges for the restitution and scamming all those small black businesses out of their little money. I've already talked about this story. We're going to talk about it again. Let's talk about it. For those who do not know, Dana Chanel's an influencer. It's this young lady right here. She had the Sprinkle of Jesus app where she gave positive quotes with God on it, Bible quotes daily. She also had Alakazam, which was supposed to be an app building business. Then she had a tax business. And I can't keep up with all the names of the stuff that she got because she changes it every time she gets in trouble. She also had this thing where she has a metal detox spray for kids, where she sprays it in the kid's mouth if they have speech problems, which I suggest you do not do. If your child has speech problems, take them to an actual doctor. I know that some natural remedies do work best, but in this case, I say go to the professional. But a lot of people went to Dana Chanel. And her husband, I think this is her husband named Prince, and he was also doing those scams with her, okay? Now, this young lady is a Philadelphia native, and she got a lot of y'all by just being light-skinned. She had something called the Curl Bible, and let me tell you something about these curl brands. A lot of times, all the way back since the Madam C.J. Walker movie, they showed y'all get a girl with 3A hair, and y'all are 4A, 4C, 4B, even me who's 3C, come in there and we think that, oh, a couple of products, I'm going to have fine curls just like this young lady. Please, I'm telling you, if you have a certain curl pattern, please find the influencer that has the same curl pattern as you. This girl made millions, has 1.1 million followers, all off of the finesse. But let me tell you the tax finesse and the app creating finesse that really got her in trouble. So here's the scam she was running. People would pay her, and they would pay her husband to change their credit around, right? They would give them money for their credit, and it was coming back that creditors were calling, deducting from these people's accounts, saying, hey, we got in touch with the credit repair people. They didn't call us back, so we're going to start deducting your wages. A company gave her $2,000 to build an app. They never built it. And not only would they not build these things or not fix these people's credit, they would go in and charge them monthly. So even though you're not getting the help, you're getting a $350, $400, $200 minimum charge to your account every month, and you can't get it off. So you're not getting the help, and you're getting the bill, and you're getting the even bigger monthly bill. And people came together like Voltron, and they went to the Attorney General, and the Attorney General is what got this lawsuit out of this young lady. Let me show you. Here's the article right here, and y'all can find this at attorneygeneral.gov, baby. The Attorney General reached a settlement with this young lady. That $87,000 plus dollars she has to pay back. There's also that $50,000 I was telling y'all about if she defers any of this, which I hope that she does not. Now, this young lady did all of this in the name of Jesus, and that is what really has me troubled. Y'all have to stop believing everything you've seen on TV. See, this is what my granny used to call it, the idiot box. Y'all look at people and they have no credentials, no real research on their credentials. They give you a couple Jesus quotes. They have a little loose curl pattern, and y'all just say, give me your money. I think you could do whatever for me. Please do your research to find credible sources and stop just going with these businesses that you see because they're hot on Instagram.
As a young girl growing up, my mom would always say to me, never be jealous of anyone's success or anyone's wealth because you don't know what they're doing to get their money. And I love how I've seen that play out in the media this week, and I love that. I just absolutely love that because I feel like it's a lesson that some people have not yet learned, and I feel like this would teach them that. So this week, 2 people have been like literally in trouble with the law for that exact same thing, right? For like making money in criminal ways. So one of them is the previous star of Basketball Wives that you would like. I remember seeing her back when I was like into Basketball Wives, and I would look at her and she'd be wearing the best clothes, the best outfits, the most designer things. And like that girl has been scamming. I know she's going to jail for 4 years. And the other one is that guy that is on that radio station with DJ NV or whatever his name is, that was literally doing a whole real estate pyramid scheme. And the funny thing is that like you see young people looking up to these people, and you just see people in general looking up to them. and like envying their lifestyles and envying the things that they have and thinking, oh my god, this luxury lifestyle is so amazing. Babe, that luxury lifestyle is not sustainable unless you come from like old money or you have like generational wealth. That luxury lifestyle is not sustainable because like your cash outflows are never going to match your cash inflows. No one is making that much money, especially those people on reality TV. They're not making enough money to be funding the type of luxury lifestyles that they pretend to live on TV or on radio or whatever, or on social media. There is not enough money to fund there's not enough money coming in to fund the luxury lifestyles that you see people pretending to live on the media, in the media. Like, I don't know if it's because I have a background in finance and I'm also like a lawyer, but like the math is never matting. Like, it never does. It really never does. And like these people come on TV or on social media and flaunt these fake lifestyles that they cannot afford, and the IRS and the fucking FBI is literally watching them like, I know the math is not matting. Like, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Half of them are going to jail. Half of them are going to jail. Sis, trust me.
So when I first moved to Miami, I started going to these promoter dinners that basically are free dinners for girls if you live in Miami at nice restaurants, and you get like free food, like good free food, like truffle pasta and sushi. You get free bottles of wine, and all you really have to do is just like sit and eat dinner with a group of girls. So I started going to them thinking it would be like a good way just to get out of the house for a little bit, make some new friends in Miami. But I soon came to learn that like a lot of the girls who would attend these dinners were either girls that were like on vacation from other places and not really looking to make friends, or girls that lived in Miami but were very into like a party every night kind of scene that I did not really want to get involved in. One time I went to one of these dinners and one of the girls that was sitting right next to me asked me to take pictures of her, so I did. She was gorgeous. She told me to add her on Instagram, and she has like 200,000 followers. We start chatting. She tells me that she was born in the US but grew up in Australia, and I think that backstory might have been a lie after some digging I did, but besides the point. We hit it off really quick. She tells me that she's staying at this like really, really nice hotel in Miami that I know is like easily $800 to $1,000 a night, and that is on like off season. I tell her that I'm a makeup artist. I recently moved down here with my boyfriend. She tells me that she's like in Miami by herself and she's here to shoot content with brands that she was working with. But I looked at her Instagram later on and I realized that there were like no brands in any of her posts. So I'll hit it off. We're vibing, having a really great conversation, and the promoter that we're at the dinner with is trying to like wrangle all of the girls and take them to another nightclub, and we both had no interest in going to like a nightclub, but we were having a conversation and we didn't want to go home. So she suggested that we like go to a bar that was like local just to like have another drink. I tell her I'm not drinking, I drove, and she was like, oh, we can go to my hotel lobby, there's a really great like bar there, it's kind of a scene. I was like, oh yeah, sure, let's go. And this was the hotel that she told me that she was allegedly staying at, and like I said, it costs a lot of money to stay there per night. I got kind of iffy about things. I drove to this dinner and I valeted my car there just because I didn't want to drink that night. I didn't drink, and I told her, I was like, hey, I don't want to have to valet my car again at the hotel, so I'm thinking we should just like walk to the hotel, it's only a few blocks. And she was like, no, like let's just drive in your car there. I'm like, well, I don't want to pay like $50 to $100 to valet my car at a hotel on Miami Beach. Like, it doesn't make sense. And she was kind of like mad that I didn't want to take my car there. We walked to the hotel and like it's kind of awkward, and her vibe like totally switched up when we got there. I kind of just wanted like a virgin pina colada, so I ordered it and I asked if she wanted anything. She's like, no. We literally weren't even talking at that point, and she was sitting there like white as a ghost, just like wasn't saying anything to me. At this point, the convo died out, things were awkward, and I wanted to leave, but I wanted to go to the bathroom. I said to her, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, do you want to just stay with my drink? She's like, no, I'll come with you. So I'm like, okay, cool. We go to the bathroom, I have my drink in one hand, she's like following behind me, and the front desk staff says hey to her. And I'm like, oh, they must like need something from her since she's staying at the hotel. And she's like, oh, go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, I get out, and she has her suitcases with her. And I'm like, why do you have your suitcases with her? Like, you're staying here, like this is crazy. Do you need me to help you with this? Like, do you need me to help you bring it up? And she's like, it's a long story. So I ask her, I'm like, are you good? Like, do you have a place to sleep tonight? And I thought that she was staying there, like I said, but it turns out that she met a guy, not the night before, but 2 nights before, had like a one-nighter with him, And she took all of her stuff there thinking that he was gonna let her stay, and that didn't happen. And she was like keeping her stuff at coat check and just like hanging around the hotel. Girls come to Miami and actually do this. Well, obviously, like, I felt bad for her, right? And I think that she was mad I didn't bring my car because she might have thought that like I would take her and her suitcases and like let her sleep over the night, but like I just met her, so that was obviously not happening. I asked her if she wanted me to stay with her until she figured out where she was going to sleep that night, and if she wanted me to help her like book a hotel room somewhere else that was like more affordable, and she was like, no, I'm good. And she was so nasty, so I just was like, okay girl, here's my number if you need anything, have a good night. And I left, and I felt really bad about doing that because I felt like I was abandoning her, but at the end of the day, like, not my circus, not my monkeys. It's like 11 p.m. and I'm just happy to get home, and I'm sitting there thinking on the drive home, like, the level of deception that this girl was committed to, because like every single conversation that I had with her over the span of only like 2 or 3 hours was embedded with pathological lies. Like, I literally was asking her about this spot, this hotel, because I wanted to get a massage there one day, and she was like, oh man, it's amazing. I've been going every day. I got a facial yesterday. I'm getting a massage tomorrow. It's the best. And then we were talking about like wine, and she's like, yeah, I'm not really drinking tonight because I ordered an entire bottle of rosé for myself at the pool today. Like, literally talking about how she loves this hotel and loves staying there and like never wants to check out. She's like, you know, thinking of extending her trip. Like, she was committed. She was also decked out head to toe in designer stuff, was wearing an expensive stack, had designer shoes, a designer bag. I told her that I lived near the design district, and she was like, oh, I go there every time I'm in Miami. I have loyalty at this store and that store, and they shut down the store for me. Like, let's go one day that I'm here. And I understand that what this girl was doing in her lifestyle is more than likely SW. However, that's not what I have an issue with. The issue I have with this, okay, is that the lengths of deception that she was going to do to prove otherwise is just craziness. And I am willing to bet that more than likely her and all these other types of girls do not get close to people in real life because of this. However, they're portraying a life on social media that is glamorous, hard to attain, perfect, like they have a rich boyfriend or somebody taking care of them, or they've got it all figured out, they're well traveled. And in reality, especially what I saw that night, is the complete opposite. Anyways, I have an endless supply of stories and experiences like this, so let me know if I should do a part 2.
So we're going to be doing a little run today. This is our view, gorgeous. We're in the back of my house, so let's get started. We're going to do about 5 miles today. Alright guys, we're 1 mile in. The pace is great. I feel great. Soaking in that sun. Alright guys, 2 miles.
Is it just me? But I feel like the whole aesthetically pleasing phase on social media is just so fake. Like, majority of y'all are faking y'all lifestyle. And I get it, fake it until you make it, which is cool. But it's just like, come on now. Everybody life just ain't like that. I just like raw content. Like, I like raw content. If you really living like that, I like it. Like, I like it. But it's just certain things. It just be like, come on now. Please, like everybody wants to live up to this IG baddie life or very demure life. And it's just like, it's okay if you still live a regular life or if you still trying to make it happen. Like, it's okay to still just be with the vibes. Like, sometimes you could really just be with the vibes and no aesthetic. Like, be yourself. Like, am I tripping? Because I know I'm not being a hater. I like it, but it's just like, I feel like a lot of people faking the lifestyle and everything just looks a little too polished. And it's just like, come on, it's real life. And it's a young kid looking up to you, probably about to blow their fucking head off trying to be that damn perfect. Y'all be for real.
So I went from having a fat ass house, I had to downsize to an apartment because I had to make that YouTube money stretch. This is when I was like shitting on 9 to 5s. I told myself I would never get a 9 to 5 because I was making so much bread on YouTube. I'm like, hell nah, 9 to 5 not for me. Like, I'm not working no job. Hell nah, I just graduated high school. I'm not going to college. I don't need college. I'm making 15, 20K a month. Let's really get into it. Cause y'all know the internet is talking. The internet is talking. So yes, I went broke for maybe a year and a half. Because that happened to me. So here I am. I ain't went to college. I wasn't working a job. I'm depending on 2K a month off YouTube because that was the only bread I had after they snatched my money away. So do y'all see how that can like really fuck up somebody's life? Like, they took the money away. So literally my revenue on YouTube went from 15K to 2K, bruh. Yes, because I was using the intro. So, right? So around this time, YouTube demonetized my videos. That's when my life came at a stop. Like, I was dependent on YouTube money. That was like my main go-to. So when YouTube snatched my money for using that sample instrumental, even though my voice was on it, even though I low-key mixed up the beat, they still snatched my money.
She wear fakes, she wear fakes, she wear fakes, honey. Now remember, when we left off with them circles in part 1, for them straps that the real ones do not come with, people say, she could have got them custom done. She's rich. She got it custom. Honey, after further journalistic investigation, honey, let me tell you this. Can you see it right here? Pay attention. If not, let me get closer. Yes, honey, it don't even have the Hermes stamp. As you see here, the little Hermes stamp at the top. Not there. So for those, she custom, did she custom order and tell me, hey y'all, I'm so quiet luxury, I don't even want y'all to put the stamp on there. Sweetie, they don't do that. And remember, this pink one has the holes and it does have the Hermes stamp. They do not come with straps. They do not come with holes. This is fake. So she does mix fakes in her collection. And I don't see anything wrong with it, honey. Okay. Now, little Tammy, we gotta address this comment right here, girl, because you gave me an idea. When rich people wear fake, people cheer. But when broke people do it, they get booed so loud. Girl, I decided to take these comments that you guys wrote here, and I decided to take it to the streets. Why do you think broke people wear fake bags?
I feel like some people would like want to flex too much. You know what I mean? And like,
what do you think about rich people that buy fake bags?
I support it because that's low-key a rich mindset. Like, you gotta pay the budget. You gotta pay the if you're talking about Becca Bloom.
Yes! Girl, wait, did you see my video? Oh, you probably didn't see my video, girl. But yeah, girl, yes! Yes! So, back to the tea, girl. So, those of you guys that said, oh, but Hermes did make some bags with shoulder straps. Those bags were back in the 90s, okay? And they only did it for about a year. In the 90s, early 90s. And the shoulder straps were at the top in a D-ring form around the flap of the Birkin, because that is the most supported, most structured place. If you were to put a strap here, this would mess up the structure. This would mess up the structure of the bag. So they would never put it here. The only time they had shoulder strap Birkins was in the 90s. And the straps were D-ring form at the top where this flap is reinforced right here. As you see, is the thickest part of the leather. And for those of you guys that say you could custom order a Birkin, yes, you can. But that's after reaching a certain reputation and a certain relationship with your essay. You could only choose between the leather colors. You could only choose between the thread and type of hardware. Do you see right there? You cannot ask for some little rings to put on your bag to make a shoulder strap, girl. You cannot, okay? The only custom order you can do is with a Kelly and a mini Kelly, and you can custom order how long your strap can be. You cannot add a strap to a Birkin. You cannot compromise the design's integrity of a Birkin. You cannot. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn how rich you are. You can't. I have been offered to make a la carte Birkin. I have, and you cannot add a strap to a Birkin at all. And to address the comments, people say, oh, she wears them for travel and she only wears them for travel. No, she don't, girl. She wear them at home too, because as you see, this picture was taken in Napa, California, which is only 30 to 40 minutes away from where she lives in San Francisco. Okay. Her mama got her a real one, or it could be a high quality replica. And she got that replica one with the messed up handles with the misshaped flap, and you know, the structure is not that great. But girl, who cares? Because guess what, girl? She been wearing that red replica for years. As you see here in 2020, honey, she took that replica to Paris, honey. Honey, that replica is living better lives than humans, okay? As you see, like I showed y'all right here. See how good these metal D-ring hoop things is for the strap. You see how this handle, you see how good and sturdy they are? And no matter how much you try to push, look at me trying to hold this for a few seconds. I'll hold it for a few seconds. Do you see how it bounced right back? Do you see how it bounced right back? And you see how that red one is all messed up, girl? But honey, she wore it in 2020, took it to Paris. And in 2021, she took it to the snow, honey, and didn't even put on the raincoat, girl. Didn't even put on the raincoat to protect the girl. And it still is lasting, girl. Honey, the replica is still standing strong, honey. And as y'all see, that red one been the same level of bent for all the years. And as you see here in 2024, she wore it again and looking fabulous, girl. It don't matter where the hell the bag come from. It matter how do you put it together, girl. How do you style it? Are you that girl? Do you have the je ne sais quoi to pull it off? Okay? Because she do. And let's keep it real. Those y'all that want to justify, oh, she do it for traveling. Girl, why was she wearing her real Van Cleef, her real Cartier, her real Rolex, her real, really expensive engagement ring for travel, but she couldn't wear her Birkins for travel, her real Birkins for travel? Why would she wear real expensive jewelry that could easily be stolen, easily be misplaced? You swim, whatever, it could come off, but she go wear fake Birkins? Girl, it don't matter, girl. She don't just wear them things for travel, okay? And when you guys see this recent unboxing of her trip to Europe, she said she was offered a mini pink Birkin, which she already had, the one with the holes. And she like, what's the point of buying the real one when I already got my replica one that's just as good, just as believable, go last just as long, go hold her stuff just as the same. It's not gonna hold it any better, not gonna save her out of a burning building, not about to, cure cancer. What's the point? And I love that, girl. I love that, Becca Bloom. And it don't matter that the straps is messed up, that the flap is too short, girl. As long as you put it together and make that outfit eat it up, make that outfit eat it up, honey. That's all that matter. And I don't give a damn what y'all haters say. Y'all know damn well she look good. With that fake Minnie Kelly, she looked good, girl. She looked real good, girl. And it's still gonna be in the PJ, no stamp, strap, and all. And mama giving, don't hate the player, hate the game.
She was considered one of the richest Asian influencers on TikTok until people did some digging and realized she's been faking everything. Her name is Mei Lee Young, and she claims to live in a penthouse, spends insane amount of money every month while flying first class, riding around in Rolls Royces and other luxury cars, and never forgets to flex her massive designer handbag collection in every video. But here's the thing, none of it is real. She's been stealing her rich friends' Instagram pics and passing them off as her own to fake the luxury life. Not to mention those designer bags, not hers, she films in her friend's closet and uses it to stage content. And you'd think a rich influencer would have their own room when they travel, but nope, she's sharing one with her sister after flying economy. And to make things worse, there's no penthouse either. She lives in a shared apartment with the same friend she steals from, splitting bills, which is pretty clear because her day in the life videos is just her on the couch in the bed with half of her face showing.
I just want to come on here and say it really saddens me how many girls have forgot what a real image of a bad bitch is. A bad bitch is not just a nice shape, a cute face, and an empty purse. A bad bitch is not a girlie that loses all her money, does not save her money, and spends it all on her aesthetics, her spa days, her hair days, her bags, and her clothes. A baddie puts her back up. A baddie invests in herself and invests in her credit. Let me tell y'all something. We have to do better, okay? I have met so many young girls who are not taking care of their credit. If your parents are not teaching you, having good credit is what's going to get you your house down the line, get you that car that you are actually wanting. Stop using them CPNs and invest in your credit, okay? Stop doing things the fast way and do it the right way. It has our heads so fried that we honestly think that everything is instant gratification until doing the right way of building your credit and building your life up and building your business.
Hey, so I might be late, but I did not know the girl who be doing like the little podcast setup and she's like looking off like she's talking to somebody, but the camera never pans because she's talking to herself. She had the deep answers to questions that nobody fucking asked her because she's talking to herself. Her. So on today, I learned that her name is Dana Chanel and she's a scammer. Like a real deal scammer. She had a tax prep company that never rendered services. She had an app development thing that also didn't like credit repair too. Girl, ain't nobody told. All of this from a Christian lady with an app called Sprinkle of Jesus. She was ordered to pay thousands of dollars in restitution. Did she pay it, y'all? Did y'all get y'all money back? Where is she at? Like, I don't see her on here. So, like, is she on Instagram? Like, because you could be fake on Instagram. But on here, the comments will get you. Like, what is her content now? How do you bounce back from being a scammer, scamming your followers out of money? Somebody direct me to her so I can see what she got going on. I just want to be nosy because I'm like, girl, you scam people?
Is this a secret? I mean, I know this is not a secret, right? This is not a secret to anybody anymore, right? We all know that it's smoke and mirrors and it can be fake, right? So this article in Fortune magazine talks about Instagram influencers and the secret debt that they get into trying to be influencers. And now they're exposing it, but this is not a secret. But what was interesting were a couple of secrets that I did not know about. Now, I'm not trying to say that I should know all the secrets, but I didn't know about a couple. One secret was that there was an influencer who she said that she was actually renting her clothes from Rent the Runway and she was not disclosing it. But now she's let everyone in on this secret and she does Rent the Runway hauls and it's a series on her page. Another secret that I really found interesting was about the FTC. That once the FTC sent out a bunch of letters basically warning people that they had to disclose that what they were posting was actually an ad, or if they had a collaboration, or if they were gifted by a brand, they had to disclose this to their followers. And this became kind of cachet, so that in the sense that for influencers who did not have ads or paid collaborations, they would fake that they actually had paid collaborations and they would put hashtag ad when it really wasn't an ad, meaning they would fake that it was okay, hold on. Okay, let's back it up. So in order to seem like they were actually getting brand partnerships and that they were getting paid or gifted, they would act like they had a collaboration and they would use the hashtags and act like they're disclosing a relationship with the brand when actually they had no relationship. And it was really just for show. So take a look at this article. I mean, some of the exposing of secrets, I mean, I don't really think there's any bombshells. It's not really big secrets. But what is interesting is that the more successful ones, influencers that is, they have teams behind them. You know, they have financial advisors, they have legal. So they do have a support team. So if you're taking this seriously in the sense of you're thinking about taking this seriously, that you want to be a full-time creator, just know that the most successful ones have teams behind them.
I feel like so many people on the internet act fake rich. And it really irks me just because it just creates this idea, especially here on social media, that you're supposed to have and supposed to be at a certain point, even when those people that are pretending aren't even at that point. For example, this is stemming from, I just got this car and it's a Mazda and I'm so proud of this car. I worked hard for it. I was able to put a lot of money down on it and I said that it was my dream car. And although like every single comment has been so sweet, congratulating me, people saying that Mazda is their dream car, there were a few comments and some that I deleted because that were like, really, a Mazda is your dream car? A Mazda? And I'm like, yeah, a Mazda. I'm very mindful with my coins. What? Also, I do very well for myself, but I'm living within what I have at the moment. A new Mazda car is incredible to be able to afford to get myself. What are we even talking about? I feel like people, and of course they're burner accounts, and I'm like, the people that are commenting that, do you even have $1,000 in your bank account? Do you even have the credit score to get the car? You know what I mean? Like, it's things like that where like people just pretend to be fake rich. It's the weirdest thing that happens on the internet. Granted, there are some real rich bitches out here, period, but I feel like they don't give off that energy. They're just rich and they just do their thing. I feel like it's always the fake rich people that just do too much. You know what I mean? Another example is that I want a Coach bag. Like, there's a specific Coach bag. I'm actually getting her tonight because Coach is hosting an exclusive event with me and my friends. Anyway, it's part of their new fall collection, and I was thinking to myself, like, oh my god, it's expensive. It's $600. Like, I personally have not spent $600 on a bag ever. This would be my most expensive bag purchase so far. I get my purses from Burlington, from Aldo. Like, I remember a time before I feel like Coach became like popular again, when people would kind of be like, Coach, and like, Coach. Yeah, Coach is not cheap. Like, what are we even talking about? Michael Kors, Coach, Kate Spade, these bags are not like cheap bags. Like, I don't know where, granted, I obviously know there's way more expensive bags. Like, that's probably where that comparison came from. And then people like to downgrade something when it seems like more accessible. So because more people can afford a Coach bag versus like a Birkin or a Prada bag, then now it's like, because it's accessible, right? Regardless, this bag, the bag that I'm getting, can be someone's dream bag. This Mazda can be someone's dream car. Like, I am very fortunate to be able to afford these things, all while being able to afford them, doing what I love every single day as my job. So it's like people will try their hardest to bring you down when they see that you are thriving and you're excited about something. No matter how big or no matter how small your goal is or how small someone else thinks it is, if it's big to you, then it's a big deal, okay? But yeah, that's my rant for the day. Go out and enjoy the things that you love, y'all. Bye.
I'm not naming no names, but I wish you guys knew how easy it is to fake being wealthy for the internet here in LA. A lot of those big money guys and your favorite creators don't live where you think they live. So up the street from here, we have this $100 million mansion that costs $90 an hour to rent out. A lot of creators rent that space once a week, film their content, and make it look like they live there. Rent a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, $99 an hour. It gets crazier because most people in LA have a following, because to be a model or an actor, there's a lot of casting calls you can't go to unless you have a following. What used to happen is when you got with an agency, they would dump you a bunch of bots. Now most people realize how that damages an account, but the metrics are still there. And since most people don't know how to do that, they end up buying followers, likes, comments, shares, everything, so they can go to casting calls and keep their agency. There's even more because there's agency funded houses out here. Anyone who's part of that agency can go film there and make it look like they live there. And they encourage you to do this because it looks better for the internet. But there's even more because we also have designer rental services. It's between $300 and $800 a month, and you get bags, shoes, sunglasses, clothing, anything you need, all designer. Just wear it, get your pictures, and then send it back. As long as you don't ruin it, you don't have to pay for it. You can fully construct a lifestyle out here of wealth. And that's part of the reason we're starting to get a bunch of influencer debt resolution companies now. Like, you don't need to feel bad about yourself. Just wear the 10-cent shirt from the thrift store. Nobody cares, I promise you. Build your content around something else. You don't have to look rich to be a creator.
You know those photos that you see on Instagram of influencers? You know, like this one? Do you ever wonder if they're actually that rich in real life? There's this disturbing social media trend of people faking their wealth, posting flexes meant to show the rest of us how rich they are. But behind the polished images and glamorous updates, the reality might be very different. Here are 3 reasons why some people feel compelled to fabricate a lifestyle that they can scarcely afford offline. Number 1. Social media culture. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok encourage users like us to share idealized aesthetic versions of our lives for likes, comments, and shares. Many influencers often present an image of luxury to attract followers and get brand deals. This can be posting pictures of fancy clothes, vacations, and restaurants that may not accurately reflect a person's true financial situation. Number 2. Psychological factors. For some people, pretending to be wealthy is a coping mechanism for insecurities or a low sense of self-worth. By projecting a wealthy facade, they may feel a temporary boost in self-esteem or a sense of control over how they are perceived. This is because our society equates wealth with respect, success, and social status. As a result, displaying signs of wealth, even if they're fake, can lead to increased social validation and admiration from peers, especially on social media in the comment section. And number 3. Access to credit. Easy access to credit allows people to purchase luxury items beyond their means. People often buy expensive goods like purses using credit cards and payment plans. However, this is a quick recipe for a load of debt if they can't pay it off in time. So the next time you're scrolling on social media and comparing yourself to wealthy influencers or even friends and family, keep this video in mind. Do not succumb to peer pressure and make financially irresponsible decisions. And be sure to follow Money with Mary for more finance talk.
Speed might be the brokest influencer, but he owns something insanely valuable. Even though Speed has a net worth of $10 million, you hardly ever see him with any luxury items. He dresses simpler than most people, and aside from expenses for making videos, his monthly spending might even be lower than yours. No expensive jewelry, no rare collectibles. There's nothing flashy about him at all. But what most people don't realize is that he became a millionaire at 16, and the first thing he ever spent big on was buying his mama a house. The most expensive thing he's ever bought for himself? A $100,000 gaming and streaming setup. Speed says he's just not a shopping guy. He's never been the type to say, I want that chain, or I need that outfit. But the one thing he has that's insanely valuable? Kindness. Even though Speed is usually wild on his streams, in his latest China vlog, he had a rare serious moment. While taking a taxi, he met a driver who lived in his car. Hearing the man's struggles, Speed's whole vibe changed. Before leaving, he donated $20,000 to the driver. This isn't the first time Speed has shown generosity. He's actively involved in charity work, supporting underprivileged kids worldwide through the Education Above All Foundation. Do you like iShowSpeed?
A lot of these celebrities and influencers may seem like they have a lot of money, but they don't. They live check to check just like everybody else. Some of them, not all of them, but a lot of the ones that portray these lifestyles, like they always going on vacation and they always buying, certain, luxury brands and stuff like that. They don't have it like they portray that they have it online. 99% of these people are using y'all as the method. When y'all buy stuff from them, they use those funds to then go purchase the stuff that they told y'all that they have on hand. And then that's when they ship them out to y'all weeks and weeks later. And a lot of these gurus that be selling these courses, no matter what kind of course it is, all they do is just copy and paste from somebody else. They buy it from somebody else for, $500 to $1,000. And then they just memorize it and regurgitate it to y'all like they've been knowing it for XYZ amount of years. A lot of these people are staying in influencer and celebrity homes, which means that there are probably 10 of them in a 4-bedroom house. And a lot of people who have these exotic cars are pooling their money together and sharing these cars. So it's a different person driving that car every day of the week. So please stop feeling like you're behind for your age, because a lot of people are faking their lifestyles.
You can tell when an influencer's money ain't hitting the way it used to, or the checks is not rolling in. I'm not saying that they're broke, but the input is, getting very close to the output. Okay, they need some money quick. Because do y'all remember the OG YouTuber Nicole Guerrero? She was a beauty guru, over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. All her videos did numbers. Like, she had collabs with, the high-end makeup brands that would sell out. Everybody loved this makeup guru, right? I started to turn a little side eye at her because she's a beauty guru and she did a collaboration with the army. I didn't even know that armies collaborated with influencers, let alone a beauty influencer, somebody who sits and does makeup, right? But yeah, she did a collaboration with the army, to encourage people to join the army. Very weird and not on brand, very off brand for her. But, when the money is funny and the change is strange, you do crazy stuff. I feel like a lot of OG, content creators and influencers, they've fallen off because they refuse to, adapt with all the new social medias coming out. They just think that their name will carry them forever, and it just doesn't. And so now she's come out with a, her own line, her own company, where she's selling a single candle for $60. Now you're competing with brands like Bath and Body Works. You have no other products, just the one candle for $60. Okay, you're not consistent. Like, you used to post hella vlogs. You're not even consistent on social media anymore. Your name doesn't carry anymore. You're gonna sell a $60 freaking candle and collaborate with the U.S. Army. Like, in this economy, like everything that's going on in the economy, I just swear sometimes influencers,
can be so freaking out of touch with reality.
Did y'all see that video of that girl asking how all the OG influencers were making $30,000 to $50,000 a month and now they're broke and e-begging on TikTok? Like, what happened to all that money? So as somebody who accumulated over 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube back in 2015, and I was literally living in LA, so I witnessed a lot of this, I'm going to give you guys the breakdown on what happened with that money. I can't speak for everybody, obviously, but just what I've seen. When I moved out there, I thought I was pushing it with my $2,000 one-bedroom apartment, but I had people living in the same building, just at the top floor. I was on the third floor, but they were at the top floor paying $20,000 a month. And then I had some friends that lived in mansions just for the sole purpose of wanting to be able to throw parties and have people come over and make content in there. Literally paying people's yearly salaries, like $30,000, $40,000 a month just to rent this huge house. So for those of you that were also wondering, like, why do a lot of these influencers have big houses but they're fucking empty? Not even joking, to get some good quality furniture in there, it's gonna cost you like $500,000. And don't even get me started on their Uber ego. It's like people reach a certain amount of followers and all of a sudden they can't use Uber X. Ew, we can't pull up to this party in a Prius. Order an Uber Black. Why would we spend $250 to pull up to a party when we could spend $19.99? Half the cars that you see these people whipping around are rentals, and they're spending like $300, $500 a day just to whip it around and try to act like they're somebody they're not. Babe, just because you hit 200K doesn't mean you need to go and get a C300 from Mercedes. Like, it's okay. You can drive your paid off Toyota. Maybe 1 out of 10 of my friends actually cooked their meals at home. Everybody was constantly going out to eat or hiring private chefs. When you start making all this money, a lot of people tend to forget that it might stop one day. So they're still going on these expensive vacations, buying all this designer, even if it's starting to dwindle, because they literally got used to that lifestyle. Girl, when I tell you, the second I had enough money to buy a property, I bought one. I could only tell so many story times and do so many get ready with me's before people fucking lose interest, okay? I had to be realistic about it. But I could see how most 21-year-olds are not thinking about that. More or less, a lot of these people ran through their money trying to look cool. That's it. And now they're begging for galaxies and cowboy hats. Cool.
The influencers from a decade ago that are broke now were living paycheck to paycheck. As soon as that money came in, it went straight to vanity purchases and bills. There was also this trend where as soon as the views went up, they ran straight to LA, New York, or whatever expensive city they could find. And with that change, they got bigger bills and also new content. That new content may have not been received well, and they got less views, and the money went down also.
Can you smell the
100%.
rich and the fake rich?
Yes.
What's the difference between people who are actually rich and those who are acting like they're rich?
People who are actually rich, like you rich, they're not concerned about impressing you.
Interesting.
They are apex predators. They do not worry about what you think about them.
Wow.
It is the guy that you see walking into a 3 Michelin star restaurant in a quiet, normal looking outfit, sweater vest situation, eats his meal, leaves a 50% tip because they can. That's true wealth. Then you've got the wannabe wealth that goes to that same restaurant, dripped out in a designer label, making a scene. Why isn't this water sparkling? This is still, I don't like that. No. Like, just, you know, really, really new to the experience, and then leaves a 10% tip.
Why are influencers always lying? I asked this influencer, babe, where's your outfit from? Oh, LTK, my link is in the bio. No problem. I've gone through all of her pictures. We are going to talk about where her outfits are from. Thank you, Google Images, for helping me. What I can't stand about influencers is they'll act like they're shopping at places that we could just never afford. She's shopping at places like Karen Millen. She loves to get like structured, well-made pieces, especially like jackets, blazers from places like Karen Millen, especially as we're going into transition periods. This is like perfect. She loves to get a statement piece. Like, she feels like that makes her outfit stand out, and I hate to say it does. So she goes to places like Rooks La Mode. She loves Nigerian designers, especially when it comes to like skirts, trousers, dresses. They are going to give you bang for buck. They're going to give you great quality. They're going to give you locally sourced material, and they're going to give you incredible statement pieces. One thing I've learned from stalking her is she doesn't just love statement pieces, but she also loves texture. And one place that she loves to shop is Kai Collective. Now, I have noticed every time they have a sale, somehow she pops out with a new Kai Collective piece as if she's bought it full price. No problem. It does look good. Now, it's not everyday statement piece. You know, sometimes you want a statement that's also a basic. So she's going to places like Anthropology. She loves the price point. She loves the structure. She loves the quality. She loves the way it sits on the body. So this took me a little bit to find because she's a slippery one, but this is Sister Jane. They do really whimsical, beautiful, girly outfits, dresses, bottoms, you name it. And what this influencer will do is she will like get a dress from there for like summer, and then she will start to wear it with like t-shirts, leather jackets, shirts, ties and stuff for the autumn and the fall. I would love to thank Google Images for helping me to source all of the things that I needed to make this video. Thanks for watching.
think people who buy luxury stuff to flex are actually big losers, and I know because I used to be one. For 2 years, my only hobby was to literally just go to the mall every single weekend and buy whatever I could find, whatever shoes, whatever bag, whatever I could find that was catching my attention that day. I would buy that like every single Saturday without a fail. I would go to Dubai Mall, Fashion Avenue. You start with YSL, and then you have Gucci, and then you have Rolex, and then you have Hermes. I literally know every single store in order in Dubai Mall because I used to do every single store one by one and just sit with the sales associate and ask them what they had that I could buy that day. Like, it was ridiculous. And I think the reason why I was doing that is because I had a weird ego complex from the fact that I grew up poor, and then all of a sudden now I had stupid magic internet money, and I was like, no, like, I want to prove that I can buy whatever I want. Like, I'm cool, I don't need anyone, like, I made it on my own, whatever bullshit thing. And then my mom called me one day and she was like, hey, we need money for this and this and that. And I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. And I sent it to her and it was fine. But on that day, I realized how stupid what I was doing was, because the whole time I could have just helped my mom do whatever she needed to do. And meanwhile, like, while I was buying $1,000 shoes and $1,000 bags, my mom was out here struggling and taking the bus to go to work. And I cannot even explain how embarrassed I felt that day. And that's when I realized I was such a big loser and I was an idiot and I was a dumbass, because the $5,000 that I spent on a flight could have gone to my mom, regardless of if I had an extra $5,000 or, I can always make more. But still, that $5,000 that I spent on buying business class flights because I wanted to take a cute picture of me, eating caviar and drinking martinis on a flight, I could have sent it to my mom. And my mom would have happily spent that, getting a surgery that she needed, or taking care of my brothers and sisters, or whatever, just buying herself stuff that she needs. And meanwhile, here I was buying random pairs of shoes. Like, half of the shoes I bought, I don't even know where they are. Half of the sunglasses I bought, I don't know where they are. Bags, I have like 2 bags left. I think I don't know where the rest are because I used to travel like every week. I used to give my friends, like, there's a friend of mine in Bali that I literally gave her 60 kilos or maybe 80s. I gave her like 3 suitcases full of clothes and like expensive stuff and whatever, because I was like, you know what? I just can't carry that shit with me anymore. Like, I'm tired. Like, just keep it. I don't care about any of that shit. Anyways, my point is, it made me realize, and I don't want to talk like, oh, I'm Gandhi now and I had a revelation and I'm better than everyone. But it just made me realize how there's no reason to buy this much like brand stuff unless you're a loser and you're trying to hide the fact that you're a loser, because that's kind of what I was doing. I felt like very insecure for the fact that I grew up poor, and now that I had money, that I was able to make money, I just wanted to prove to myself that I could buy myself whatever I wanted, because I had never been able to buy myself whatever I wanted before. You know what I mean? So that's not necessarily being a loser, but that kind of is. It's like, oh, I was so frustrated from having been poor, having been a loser in the past, that now I wanted to like show to myself that I wasn't that anymore. Or maybe I'm just overanalyzing it. But long story short, whenever I see a video of someone like sitting down on TikTok and like unboxing their $25,000 bag or whatever, I just think, oh my God, you're lame. Like, I think I don't know what you have to prove, but I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, I'm sorry you don't have any thought that you want to share, and the only thing that you can talk about is buying this expensive shoes and bag, because that's what I used to do too. And I just think I'm so happy I don't do that anymore.